loads of early memories of that, like them kind of years. Then obviously I watched because it yo-yoed a bit, didn't it? Like they went up and then went down and then ended up in the Premier League, and then obviously seen it right through to. I went to the Etihad a few times, like in the Sven years, and even before that, Kevin Keegan and stuff. I remember going to like a trip when they just opened it, like where you could walk around the stadium and look at it all. Do you know what I mean? All the kids were there in the day, and I was there with my brother and my mum and dad. So I remember all that, and then got a season ticket the year Mark Hughes took over. So I'd have been like 14 by that point. And then that's when you started coming with me to the games, wasn't it? Yeah. Because your dad was a market trader when you were younger. So you didn't really get to go when you was a kid.
Yeah, weekends for me was, you know what I mean, off the cards completely. Yeah. And I used to get babysat by someone and they just weren't into football at all. Do you know what I mean? So it was like,
look at the draw.
Yeah, football.
You're not getting influenced.
It was weird, it was a weird one though, because my family on my dad's side of my family like my cousins and stuff were like massive City fans, and I remember my earliest football meetings asking to go. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to go to a football game, and they were like, no. I mean, not coming, so I was like, right,
also worth mentioning the film Jimmy Grimble.
Oh yeah,
that was a big influence on me. So I was obsessed with that film, and that was like '99. And even the music alongside that, the soundtrack's all like indie music from Manchester. So that kind of was like a weird kind of awakening of like, this is life. Like City and music was kind of all you're asked about, if you know what I mean. And then obviously it just went like that, didn't it, from like 2008 onwards. But it took a fair few years.
Yeah. But yeah, like I say, the thing with me and Tom, do you know what I mean? Started becoming mates, music, stuff like that, and then he was like, oh, I got a ticket, do you know what I mean? I was like, oh yeah, I'd love to come. Do you know what I mean? That
like when your mates can't, I think 5 of us had season tickets together, and then one of them would be like, oh, I can't make it, so like, right, Joe, you can come.
It's that time when you're only 14 where you like, your parents sort of just like, yeah, you can go to Manchester on your own. Do you know what I mean? Before then it was like, you had to do everything with your parents.
Yeah, but you've got to be back at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly. But that was like the first time it was like, yeah, you can go to like a game on your own. Like,
we get the train to Piccadilly, then walk down the canal, and it was like this huge, like just independence and being like, oh yeah,
we still do that.
Going to the game. Yeah, we still walk down the canal.
Because then the year after that, we got a season ticket together, and we used to walk down the canal all the time. When we go to the game now, we walk down the canal, do exactly the same route, get the same train. Do you know what I mean? And then walk down the canal. We love doing that.
And a little stop off at Dakota Hotel.
Exactly. That's where we always bump into someone else.
Can't imagine who.
Yeah. But do you know what though? It's like. It's weird because we were saying this, like football for us is like, it's the one thing we do where we don't really speak about we end up obviously speaking about the band and stuff, but do you know what I mean? We try and just keep it like it's something we do as a mate. Do you know what I mean? Because it's weird now, we sort of work together. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that we have to have discussions about. You're just a bit like, oh, do you know what I mean? Or you like might disagree, or you have to have like them hard conversations about, whereas like, when it's football, it's like...
Yeah, it's like kind of feels like what it was like before the band. Like just as mates going to...
Did you get a lot of people sort of saying, oh, yeah, they're just Man City fans, they say they're Man City fans? Because even people of mine back in Scotland are from up in, they say, I know you guys are like, but are they really City fans?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you should see them at the games.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I said, they're so passionate.
Yeah.
They love the club. They're the same as everybody else. Oh, Dad, they're just City fans because it's easy to attack. And I said, not at all.
It is weird, isn't it?
Oh, you get a bit of, sometimes like, because we're from Stockport, you get a bit of stick, don't you, with the banter and stuff, all, which will always be there with like football fans. But like, you, at the end of the day, your parent, I just support City because both my parents do. Like, it's ingrained into me. Yeah, you just kind of, you don't really have a choice. And they were City fans from the 70s and the 60s. Like, it goes back and back, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, even me, because like I say, when I was younger, football just wasn't. I'm not afraid. Do you know what I mean? People are, so you only started when the money. I was like, no. I have mates with Tom. Do you know what I mean? Then he was going, and then I started watching City. Like, my family is City fans, but I wouldn't say growing up. I was like, oh, because I could easily sit and go, oh yeah, I was a massive City fan when I was younger. My dad worked on the markets, and football wasn't really, you know. Do you know what I mean? It just wasn't a big thing. Match of the day, that was it. Do you know what I mean? You'd watch a match of the day, and but that was literally it. And then mainly
City weren't on it.
Yeah, if you speak, exactly. If you speak to my dad about football, he said like when he was younger, he's a photo we've got of him in a City kit, really, really young. Do you know what I mean? Like sat on this like ball in the garden, but he was like, oh yeah, but as soon as we got into the markets, weekends were biggest day. Do you know what I mean? Biggest profit day. So he just sort of went and can't help it, can you? Do you know what I mean? It was, but it's weird. It's weird, and you only get that with success. Do you know what I mean? If we were still in sort of League Two doing nothing, no one would go, you're only City fans because, do you know what I mean? Because it's easy.
Yeah,
do you know
you're
what
only City fans because we're in League Two.
Yeah.
Good one.
Do you know what I mean? There's a video of me and Tom running around the pitch when Aguero scored that goal before the band, before anything. Do you know what I mean? I've got my Union Jack helmet on because we took our Vespers down that day. Do you know what I mean? And like, there's loads of stuff like that.
It's ingrained into us.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's proper.
Yeah, I'd like to say it's the one thing that we've got that sort of runs alongside the band, like doing stuff like this.
And if we watch it wherever we are as well, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like we'll get the stream up and we have to get like VPNs and all mad stuff, like, because obviously you can't always get it you can't get like the proper stream.
Yeah.
I like the mad element of like finding a sports bar in like this mad place,
Bangkok.
and you're ringing them and you're like, have you got the Man City game on?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, like, right, ring
And you
another
do
one.
everything you can to make
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
you watch the game as
Because
well.
you kind of,
Honestly, some of the things we've done to like watch City games, like, you know, like 4:30 in the morning. Do you know what I mean? Watching
Bangkok,
this,
remember
yeah,
that?
exactly. Yeah, just like that sort of like, or everywhere, Japan, just trying to like get, like Tom said, then get streams or something. Weirdly, sometimes it's easier to find games on TV when you're abroad.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Because
that's
they've got them all. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
So-
can get the 3 o'clocks, can't you?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and stuff like that. You can actually.
in America sometimes they've got like every game on everything. I'm like, this is great. I can watch like United, Chelsea, and that at the same time. But,
Yeah, proper sports bar. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like. And
I
that's like the opposite though. It's like 8:30 in the morning. Do you know what I mean? You're like, can we have a pint? You know what I mean?
I've done that. I did that in New York a couple of seasons ago, and he was like, I was in to watch the game, and they just opened, and I was like, just get us a pint, just do it.
And you sat in like this like English pub in America. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, or they're like Irish bars. It's,
oh,
like,
it's
yeah.
always
it's like a theme.
yeah, do you know what I mean?
You hear the accent though, and they expect it, don't they?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah, there we go. Remember before we actually started recording, you're actually saying that, I don't know which game it was, but there's a game that you're going to miss because you're touring.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I can't believe it. That was limited.
yeah.
Yeah,
Arsenal,
yeah.
it's like the Arsenal
Arsenal.
game.
It's Arsenal.
Yeah, we're in Malta.
But that's the day we play with Liam Gallagher, so I'm like,
There you go.
well, he'll want to watch the game, won't he?
Of course he will,
So
yeah.
he'll have a little setup, I
Full
reckon.
kick-off, innit? So
Do you know, when we first played with Noel, I had a City kit. Well, it was a drum kit that I was like, I wanted sky blue. Do you know what I mean? And then I had this City sticker on it, like a massive one. And Noel walked past, like, class that. I was like, oh, thank you.
Cheers, man.
Being a friend. You know what I mean? Thank you, mate. And then he took us on tour, and that tour with Noel was mint actually.
Funny, you remember when we nearly beat
United.
in we did win the league that year, but we nearly beat them to win the
was
league.
that the 2-0 at half-time then?
Yeah,
last
Yeah.
season?
and then like
Oh,
Pogba
yeah.
scored
Pogba-
and stuff, and
Pogba
it went
blew
3-2. We were on tour with Noel and we watched it in this like bar in Hamburg, 2-0 up at half time. We're thinking, big party after this. Do you know what I mean? City are winning the league, and then he just like obviously United beat us 3-2, and then he just got off and went, and we were like, well, there goes the party. Do you know what I mean? It's not happening now.
Well, do you know
What
what,
could have been?
We nearly went to the game. Do you remember? There was one point where Noel was like, I'm going to fly back for it. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to sort of play now and all this. And he was like, you two are City fans. There's 2 seats. Do you want to come with us? I mean, so I'm like, oh my God. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is going to be the best thing ever. We're going to fly back. Do you know what I mean? We're going to
Win the league.
win the league.
in the jet.
United.
Yeah, in
With
the jet
Noel.
with Noel. We're going to fly back, carry on doing this tour in Europe. And then he was like, oh, we worked it out with the pilot stuff. We'd have to leave 10 minutes before the end, so there's no point. I was like, there's still a point. Do you know what I mean? I was like,
Yeah, we were like, we'll still go.
yeah. You know, I fancy it now. So it didn't end up happening, but even that, watching it in the bar. But I love that though. It's like Tom said, then it's something about touring. It's like almost like
Everyone
a break.
has the same thing. He was probably with all his crew and thought,
Yeah.
right, let's find somewhere to watch it. We were like, yeah, we're going to find somewhere to watch it. So it's kind of,
It's nice.
it's
to
nice.
It's nice.
The days off, when there's a game on a day off,
Oh,
class.
Perfect.
Yeah.